Today, we're going to look at the worst snow cards in Magic the Gathering. So, anything that is a snow permanent, like a legendary snow enchantment, or if it has snow in the mana cost or activation cost, I will count it today. This is going to be an easy bar to pull off because there's not really a whole lot of good snow cards in the first place. So I'm going to start off with Merit Lage's Slumber, a 2-mana enchantment. It's legendary. You can have 4 of them in play, it doesn't matter. Whenever Merit Lage's Slumber or another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you scry 1. Well, you don't say. That's not exactly up the beanstalk quality. It's funny, they printed this in a Horizon set, and up the beanstalk, it's like enter the battlefield and just draw the card. No scrying allowed. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more snow permanents, sacrifice Merit Lage's Slumber. If you do, create a Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. So you get a little get a little Merit Lage action over here. Not that I think it's that valuable whatsoever. So anyway, I think the Merit Lage's Slumber, it's junk. It's absolute junk. It's on no play. It still sees no play, and it never will see any play. Next up, let's take a look at Steve Cooper's Arkham Slay. Is garbage compared to his Astral? Oh, the OG, huh? This is like before the Arkham's Astrolabe. Arkham Slay is a 1-mana artifact. Pay 2, tap. Attacking this turn does not cause target creature. Does this use any snow mana? There's no snow mana here. So it can't have snow in the art. That's not going to be good enough. It can't be snow themed. We literally need cards that are snow permanents or have snow in the mana cost. This reminds me of a friend who tried to enable their snow cards. Like if you control a snow permanent, then it does this, and they didn't have a snow-covered mountain. It was just a mountain with snow in the art. No, it doesn't quite work like that. It doesn't quite work. Okay, we need to be more snowy than this. More snowy. Let's go next to Toilet Duck with a dark. What is this? A Dark Car Valkyrie. There are so few good snow cards. Okay, this is a snow crew. We got a snow angel, everyone. It's a miracle. I love this. It's literally a snow angel. The effect needs a snow-covered land an opponent control to work. Okay, you know what? It doesn't meet my description. So going back to Arkham Slay, pay 2, tap. Attacking this turn does not cause target creature to tap. If you cannot use this ability, if defending player controls no snow-covered land. So it doesn't really meet my definition at the beginning, but you know what? I'll allow it. It mentions snow-covered cards, so it can be outside of it being a snow-covered permanent, snow mana to play or activate. If it mentions snow, as in snow-covered stuff, okay, we'll allow it as well. Moving back to our Snow Angel, a 6-mana 4/5, flying and vigilance. Tap when target creature other than a Darkar Valkyrie dies this turn, return that card to the battlefield under your control. Target card other. Oh, so that you don't defend. I was wondering, why can't we target ourselves? So we can infinitely bring this thing back over and over again. It's very expensive. I imagine a lot of people would want to play this card anyway, though. It has some sort of pseudo regeneration. Pseudo regeneration for our cards, our other creatures. Storycat says, we need better snow cards. Yeah, we do. Most of the snow cards they're just sad. That's all I have to say. Very, very sad. There are a lot of bad snow cards. It's a pretty mid archetype. And what's funny is they've brought it back a few times. And they did break it once with Arkham's Astrolabe and Merit Lage. Just 2 super banned cards. Or sorry, Dark Depths. We got Rixu with Frostbite. that a stun card? Oh no, it was the damage card. We have a red snow instant. Frostbite deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Now, if you control 3 or more snow permanents, so it deals 3 damage instead. Whoa ho ho! Super powered down version of Lightning Bolt. You can't even target players. You can't even. Not allowed. Turg is like snow-covered plains. Stream done. Honestly, I don't think so. I would not count this. There's a lot of decks playing Ice Fang Quaddle. They have to play the snow-covered plains. They need to play it in their Bant snow control deck or whatever. So anyway, I would actually say snow-covered plain sees a lot of play. Meme Brewer is like, the only good snow cards are their full art snow basics. I think even at that point, it's pretty debatable. Bryce with the Blizzard Strix? Blizzard Strix is a 5-mana 3/2 bird, flash, flying. It's a snowbird again. I feel like these are all just puns. Snow Angel, Snowbird. When Blizzard Strix enters the battlefield, if you control another snow permanent, exile target permanent other than Blizzard Strix. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. That's great. It was probably meant to combo off with your Ice Fang Quaddle, the one good snow card in your deck. It's probably what it was supposed to be for. Zombie Musher? Is that a real card? Get mushed by snow? Mush! Mushy mushy! Okay, it's 4 mana for a 2/3 zombie. It's a snow zombie, though. It's got Snow Landwalk. It knows its way around the snow islands. For a snow, regenerate the zombie musher. Okay, it's like mushing the zombie dogs. Get going, you stupid dogs. We're not going to get around this mountain through me, that's for sure. Next up, we've got... And that was and it was a snowy owl. Oh, it's snowy owl, snowbird. You know what? The snow mechanic, it's more flavorful than good. That's all it is. It's more flavorful than good. Now we have next up, we got Stormy Cat with Diamond. We got Stormy Cat and Toilet Duck. And Benjamin Berkey with all 3 at the same time. The Diamond Fairy. The opposite of the Tooth Fairy. It doesn't take your teeth away, it takes your diamonds away. So for 5 mana, we have a 3/3 fairy with flying. And for a snow and 1 generic, snow creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. We're going to buff up the snow creatures. What are we going to buff up? We can buff up our Zombie Musher, which can be regenerated. We can buff up the Blizzard Strix and our Darkar Valkyrie. Are these just... I guess we have a little bit of snow in all the colors here. Yeah, it looks like quite a few people wanted that fairy shown. It must be a legendary, even though it's not actually legendary, a legendarily bad creature. We got Old Friend Bear with Goblin Rhyme Runner. Goblin Rhyme Runner, the 3-mana 2/2 Goblin Warrior. Now tap, target creature can't block this turn. Also for a snow, Goblin Rhyme Runner gains haste until end of turn. I find these two abilities a little contradictory to each other. So this card, it has haste. It wants to get into the battlefield. It wants to fight. Sorry, it wants to get in the red zone. But at the same time, you also have to tap it so that target creature can't block this turn, which means it's not going to be attacking. Which means it cannot attack through the creature that's not going to block anymore this turn. Completely pointless. Bolt with Boreal Centaur. Boreal Centaur is a 2-mana 2/2 Snow Centaur Warrior. For a snow, Boreal Centaur gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Plays ability only once each turn. Oh, I was about to say it was snow breathing. You know, fire breathing. There's fire breathing, forest breathing, which you guys chat taught me about, and I thought this was going to be snow breathing. No, we're going to breathe anything. You only do it once? That's lame. There's actually no reason to restrict it like that. We have so many cards where you just pay a mana and you buff it up. Like, big deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. On top of that, it's such a downside to be playing with Snowland. Well, no, downside. It's hard to play with Snowlands. You have to forego a bunch of really good non-basic lands. The one non-custom show Winter Fox should be here for. Yeah, where are you, Winter Fox? The spirit of Winter Fox should summon you. We got Mega Mika with Carplazin Giant. 7 mana value in the 90s, way back in the day. Let's look at the Ice Age. The Ice Age version, they 7 mana 3/3. For 0 mana, tap target snow-covered land you control to give Carplazin Giant +1/+1 until end of turn. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So, isn't it just tap a snow land? Yeah. So they errated it. Tap an untapped snow land you control to give +1/+1 to this creature. That could have been just this card. And I don't think it would have been power crept all that much. It has no other abilities except to buff itself. That's it. Old friend Bear is like, good gravy, that's expensive. Oh, way back in the day, that was the average mana cost for a card that could be like 4 power or more. Next, let's take a look at... we have the Ghost of Thomas Jenkins says, who has that much snow mana? Well, I mean, if you could... Snowlands aren't exactly all that rare these days, although they're a little bit more expensive than regular lands. Tola Duck with the Rhyme Tender. Rhyme Tender is a 2 mana 2/2 human druid. Tap, untap another target snow permanent. We can untap anything. In fact, we could even untap the Snowland to buff up our Carplazin Forest. It's just weird going through all these cards. They're all bad individually, and they're going to be bad together, but like it feels like I'm sort of building a snow deck. They all have synergy with each other. They do have that synergy. Okay, we have Wrath Knight. Goodness, Ice Agent. You mean Ice Age was such a terrible set. I don't know. You know what? I was never there at the time. I can't verify. Next up, we have Avalanche. Okay, we have a red, 2 generic, and X. Is it real? I mean, I guess this is like a very mountainous card. How does an avalanche happen? Well, the snow has to fall off the mountain. Sorcery, destroy X target snow-covered lands. Does the avalanche really blow up the land? This seems like a complete flavor fail. But we can destroy X lands. X target. Oh, but we can only hit the snow-covered lands. See, this is the problem with the snow sets. There was hate versus the snow-covered cards when they didn't even deserve the hate in the first place. Then deeper in the future, when we really needed the hate, it wasn't there for us. How is Rhyme Tender bad? You can untap lands with it. No, you have to untap another target snow permanent, so you do have to play with the snow lands. So you could say this is at best a mana rock, but it's like a very narrow mana rock. Super narrow mana rock. Okay, get ready for a storm, because we're gonna look at Blizzard from Dangerous One. Not the gaming company. The card. Frozen. Talk about frozen in time. This is a green enchantment, cumulative upkeep of 2. You cannot cast Blizzard if you control no snow-covered lands. Well, do you know what? It didn't intend to. Creatures with flying do not untap during their controller's untap phase. Well, for now. It won't be very long until the Blizzard is going to, the Blizzard's going to pass. Every cumulative upkeep card is junk. Oh, sorry, almost every cumulative upkeep card. There are some that are not so much junk. I think there's only one land. I can think of only like maybe one land that wasn't junk. And that's about it. Mercenary says Cold Snap Draft was used to determine nationals around the globe for 2006 for that portion. Every set brings new challenges to overcome. Stormy Cat, we got Graven Lore. What does that even mean? Snowgrave? Graven Lore is a 5 mana snow instant. Scry X, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast this spell. Then draw 3 cards. It's not terrible. I'm not in any rush to put this in my deck, but it's 5 mana, draw 3. Next up, we've got John and Adaptus with Snowfall. Great minds think alike around here. So for, you know, I was trying to avoid this card, Steve Cooper, by specifying that, you know, like there has to be snow in the mana cost and the activated abilities. Anyway, so for 3 mana, we have a cumulative upkeep enchantment for a blue. Whenever an island is tapped for mana, its controller may add an additional blue. If that island is snow, however, its controller may add an additional blue. We have a high tide here. Spend this mana only to pay cumulative upkeep costs, which is not even enough to pay for its own damn costs. Can't even pay for itself. Surefire Self says the only real cumulative upkeep cards that are good are either cards like Sheltering Ancient, of which get used in Commander, or Mystic Remora, or Glacial Chasm. I actually totally forgot about Mystic Remora. Although with Mystic Remora, you can just wait until it disappears. It's not Ristic Studies, people. You don't have to feed the fish. You know, has anyone heard of feeding the fish? That's right. Don't do it. You don't have to. You can do nothing. Believe it or not, you can play lands and just pass the turn. It's a perfectly legal move. Next up, we got Corbinek with Phyrexian Soulgorger. That's a snow card? Oh, you know what? We saw this not too long ago. This is a 3 mana 8/8 construct. Cumulative upkeep, sack a creature. Ugh. And that's it. This is a $4 card somehow. Are people like really starving on Phyrexian cards? And it is, by the way, it is errated to a Phyrexian construct. I'll have you know, it's got five words in the card type. So if anyone's making a Phyrexian deck, I guess they got to throw that one in. The bad snow cards aren't snow themselves. Yes, that's correct. They aren't snow themselves. Next up, we got Raznab. We did not do Gargantuan Gorilla? This doesn't sound Gargantuan. Is this the big banana guy? I am horribly wrong. It is not the big banana guy. This is a 7 mana 7/7. At the beginning of your upkeep, sack a Gargantuan Gorilla unless you sack a forest. If you does it have anything to do with snow? Oh, it does. Okay. If you sacrifice Gargantuan Gorilla this way, it deals 7 damage to you. It's so far so good for the show. It's terrible. If you sacrifice a snow forest this way, Gargantuan Gorilla gains trample until end of turn. Not bad. Okay, tap Gargantuan Gorilla deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power to Gargantuan Gorilla. Wow, the first... I don't want to say it's like the first fight card, but it came from Alliances. That's pretty old. Super outrageously old. Old enough that I want to say this is the very first fight card. User-friendly! How about Glacial Plating? Any relation to Cranial Plating? We also have Surefire Self saying Phyrexian Soulgorger gets used in jank strategies, where you want to use the power stat for 3 mana right away or want it to be in the grave. Or how about we give it to somebody? Can we do that? Can we like give that crap card to somebody else? Make them sack, well, but then they would just sack the Phyrexian Gorger itself. Okay, Glacial Plating. This is expensive at 4 mana. It's an aura, enchant creature. Cumulative upkeep of a snow. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 for each age counter on the Glacial Plating. It's also a snow card. Very snowy around here. Yeah, I realized they would just sack the Gorge. You can't give it. It's not good for, it's not even good for donating. That's how bad the Phyrexian Gorger is. It's not good on your side, it's not good on their side. It would work with token. Why would you want this? Going back to the Phyrexian Gorger, it's just an 8/8. You could chump block this thing. 3 mana for an 8/8? If anything, I think getting that 7 mana dinosaur for 3 mana, the Rotting Regisaur, and it has like an upkeep, you have to discard a card. That's okay. Just play it in Madness. Use the graveyard. Has more utility than that damn thing. And you don't have to sack your other cards. All right, next up, let's look at... Who has no card yet? Algot has no card. The Grim Dragoor. Grim Draugr? Is this it? It is. For 3 mana, we have a 3/2 zombie berserker. For 2 mana, we can activate its special ability. Grim Draugr gets +1/+0 and gains menace until end of turn. That's it. Man, the pump spells are so unbelievably clunky. You can use Phyrexian Soul Gorger for jank, like charging those planet cards and crewing vehicles. Okay, it's a planet charger. Phyrexian Gorger was brought to life just to siphon its energy. Just like in the Matrix. The Matrix saw it coming. Surefire Selves also says, yeah, so in Commander, there's a Golgari guy called Varolz that lets you scavenge Gorger from your graveyard. To give a creature you control 8 +1/+1 counters for 3 mana. Then what happens if the creature dies? How many snow cards are there? There's quite a few. And they're all bad. The snow hate cards count? Yes, if they're bad hate cards. Absolutely. Okay, so the rule now is if it mentions snow or it's a snow card or it costs snow mana, it all counts for today's show. It's all going to count around here. Okay, we got Wraith Knight with Polar Kraken. Ooh, that's a bad one. That's a classically terrible card. 11 mana for an 11/11 Trampler. It comes into play tapped. Oh no, but this one, okay, this one literally says nothing about snow. This is the only one only the art has snow in it, but it's got a mention snow in the or is it snow creature? No, it's just a creature. It's just a creature kraken. It's not even a snow creature. It's not even a snow kraken. It's not even a snow polar bear. Yeah, not a snow card. That's okay. You can try again. It's unlimited tries. Benjamin Berkey with a Darkar Wind form. The Darkar Wind form is a 5 mana 3/3 flyer. It's a snowy illusion, like the Aurora Borealis, flying. For 2 mana, target creature loses flying until end of turn. Oh, I guess what? Just get out of my way. If anyone wants to block my Adarkar Wind form. This is such a draft card. Okay, there's maybe a correction. Maybe it was Icebreaker Kraken. Okay, Icebreaker Kraken is a snow card. It's 12 mana for an 8/8. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each snow land you control, which is probably like 4 or 5. When Icebreaker Kraken enters the battlefield, artifacts and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during that player's next untap step. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Fortunately, it doesn't tap anything down. Return 3 snowlands you control back to their hand. Return Icebreaker Kraken to its owner's hand. I can only assume this thing sucks because the mana cost sucks. It's just too expensive. The ability is boss, though. I mean, although it doesn't force players tapping their stuff. Oh my god, Blacklands Geo. That's a busted piece. I have a combo with Thassa. You mean, oh, the blinking Thassa. There's like a Thassa that at end of turn you can blink a creature in play. So I guess you blink the Icebreaker Kraken. It's basically stasis. One-sided stasis. Artifacts and creatures targeted. Yeah, it's a one-sided stasis. Play only snowlands for the Kraken. Well, you need a lot of snowlands in play. Like, you need 10. You need 10 snowlands, and at that point, it doesn't matter. I mean, what's the sweet spot? 6? I guess you need 6 snowlands in play, and then you can just play this for 6 mana, like it's a Titan or something like that, something in that realm. Okay, next up, how about we look at Willem's Cold Snap. Ooh, it's a white enchantment for 3 mana. Cumulative upkeep of 2. During each player's upkeep, Cold Snap deals 1 damage to that player for each snow-covered land they control. That's bad. Especially since they may not have that many snow-covered lands. You'd only need to pull this out versus the Icebreaker Kraken deck, which also may not have that many snow-covered lands in play. We did Blizzard Strix. Epic Nate, it's been done. People love their Blizzard Strix, apparently. Then you play for 6 and it gets countered. That's right. It's classic Magic the Gathering. Surefire Selves with Ascendant Spirit. Imagine spending 4 turns to power this one up and then losing it to a single unsummon or just removal. Actually, this saw a little bit of play. It saw a little... It was part of a budget Pioneer deck, and I believe a budget Standard deck. Very budget. And I agree, I hated this card. So it's a blue 1/1, double snow. Ascendant Spirit becomes a Spirit Warrior with base power and toughness 2/3. And for 3 snow, if Ascendant Spirit is a warrior, put a flying counter on it, becomes a Spirit Warrior Angel with base power and toughness 4/4. And then for 4 snow, if Ascendant Spirit is an angel, you can put 2+1/+1 counters on it, and it gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. But this is all a pipe dream. And it was... The decks weren't very good. I actually did not like the mono blue Pioneer deck. I also didn't really like the standard deck either. Ascendant Spirit is one of the best snow creatures. That just says a lot about the snow creatures that are available in this game. It's sad and pathetic. And anyway, none of these level up cards are any good. Like, it literally needs to be... I don't know how to do it. I think it needs to be more like level up, and you're allowed to waste any of your unspent mana, and you can do it at flash speed. Here, you have to sink 2 mana, you have to sink 3, and then if you spend 3, it's on the stack, someone can kill it in response. So there's a lot of ways of this thing going bad. But I'll tell you what's not bad, John Super Chat. Snow Mercy. Okay, this is a silver border card, but it was a donation. Oh, it's a $200 Happy Holiday card. What is going on here? Snow Mercy for 4 mana. Snow Enchantment. Whenever a creature deals damage to you, put a globe counter on it. Oh, you can tap and untap it. Tap and untap it. Tap it. Tap all creatures with globe counters on them. Where is this? Tap, 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 tap. We're supposed to shake it up. There should be a little bit of an animation. They should have made a foil that made it look like it was snowing on the inside. That would have been next level. Anna! Welcome, Anna. Cover of Winter. Cover of Winter is the 3 mana snow enchantment and commutative upkeep of a snow. If a creature would deal combat damage to you or one or more creatures you control prevent X of that damage, where X is the number of age counters on Cover of Winter. Oh, so for once we actually want age counters on this thing. We can actually put age counters on this? This is a weird fog. So for a snow, put an age counter on your Cover of Winter. If we have infinite mana, we just our stuff is indestructible. This is one of the few commutative upkeep cards. Like, this is how commutative upkeep should sort of work. Like, you get a benefit from paying this damn thing. So the more age counters there are on it, the greater the benefit, up until you can't pay for the thing anymore, and then you lose it. Raznap says, fun fact, I have a Judge's Tower. That is just every snow card, snow reference in it. This includes... Oh, a Judge's Tower. This includes cards like Cold Snap and the Gargantuan Gorilla. Must be fun. I played Judge's Tower once. It was good. I won, actually. But that was because I have a level 0. My level judge is like -1. So I didn't start the game with many cards. Because you start the game depending on your judge level. Mega Mika, the Snow Mercy is foil. No, but it's got to be that sort of foil that, like, you know, when you like turn it one side, like as you turn it, it like changes the image, gives you a bit of an animation. You know what I mean? We don't really have that in Magic the Gathering. We just got shininess. Carl from Card Market would love this card. Can't tell if it's Cover of Winter or Snow Mercy, but one or the other. Good luck to Carl. Okay, you heard the music. It lets us know it's time for our sponsor time, and I'll let you know where you get all these wonderful, terrible snow cards from. You get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week this week to save 20% off all playmats. Those beautiful playmats. You love to play with, was it Polygon? I think that's the Pokemon name. We got Chandra here. and many more. Not forget that you can get your worst snow cards of all time from FusionGamingOnline.com because they'll be in stock because nobody wants them unless you can use your imagination to find a purpose for them. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu though to get them cheap snow cards 5% off because it also supports the channel. It saves you a little bit more money on those terrible snow cards. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online, where you can buy all the best you can get all the best snow cards to play on Magic Online. Merit Lage for Legacy. There's not that many good snow cards, so I can't think of them at the moment. But you can rent them all with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_58V when you play on Magic Online, which I am still a fan of. For as long as I cannot play Modern on MTG Arena. And even if I could, I don't know if I would move there. Okay, next up. Anna, Snow-Covered Wastes. We already got, like... You know what? But this does see some play. I believe that the Eldrazi decks actually like to play this card. So, like, if you're an Eldrazi player, especially in Commander, or a colorless player in Commander, and you need to be able to dig for basic lands, like if someone used a Ghost Quarter on you, then you actually have to at least play. I don't know if you have to, but you probably should be playing this in addition to the regular wastes. It's okay. I disqualified Snow-Covered Plains earlier. It's been done. Old friend Bear says the level up mechanic would be better if it used some kind of counter similar to a Planeswalker. Yeah. The level up mechanic sucks. It's sorcery and it's clunky and just straight up unplayable. Bryce, Isu the Abominable? Is this like the Abominable Snowman or something? Oh, it is. The Abominable Snowman. It reminds me of Ski Free. Anyone know what Ski Free is? And the guy comes gets you while you're skiing. Okay, we have a 5-mana 5/5 Yeti. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. That's not bad. You may play snow lands and cast snow spells from the top of your library. That's awkward because we all know they suck. So you have to basically load your deck with junk. Whenever another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay green, white, or blue. And if you do, put a +1/+1 counter on your Isu the Abominable. I think this is probably the most fun of all the garbage snow cards we have here. It's the worst of the snow-covered basic cycle. In a sense, for snow-covered decks, yes. But for colorless decks, not necessarily. Yeah, I wonder who else here remembers Ski Free. It's got to be people who owned a computer like a really long time ago. Which I didn't, by the way. I had to play Ski Free on all my friends' computers. My parents personally just did not believe in computers. They didn't get one. Doesn't level up use level counters? No, but it would be better if it was like for every 1 mana that you spent, it would put a level up counter on it. I think that was the idea. Whereas you have to sink like 3-4. You have to sink the entire cost to level up the card, or like it didn't use the stack, for example. Somehow, I recall that game and it smelled awful. That doesn't make any sense. Next up, let's take a look at William with Melting. Ooh, that's gotta be a snow hate card. 4-mana enchantment. All snow-covered lands become non-snow-covered lands of the same type. All snow-covered lands become... Is this gonna do anything? So poor Ice Fang Quaddle won't have Death Touch anymore. Oh no. The poor Ice Fang Quaddle. It's completely got its legs chopped off. Next, let's take a look at... Oh, Toilet Duck has Rime Dryad, specifically Snow-Covered Forest Walk. Oh, man. Imagine running into the Ice Fang Quaddle deck with this card. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's worse than just regular Land Walk, because it's even more specific. And it's only a 1-mana 1/2. which was pretty strong at the time. Actually, no, forget it. It was never strong. I guess, well, no, I shouldn't say that. There was so many 1/1s back then that this actually is a pretty good roadblock, even at the time. We got Rick Sizu with I'm just waiting for Wizards to print more snow cards and make the archetype broken. Well, I mean, all they did was print one and made it broken, right? Astrolabe. Arkham's Astrolabe. My name's Astrolabe. Arkham's Astrolabe. And like, so after that, they're like, oh, we got to be really careful with the snow stuff. Anyway, this particular one card was just stupid. That's all. They should actually make more snow cards and actually bring some life to the archetype. Benjamin Berkey with Snowblind. For 4 mana. This is me in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm not lying. The stupid wind blowing at my face. I'm definitely one of those people that it's like, the wind hurts my face. Why do I live where the wind hurts my face? So anyway, I very strongly resonate with this image. Enchant creature. Target creature gets -*/-. When that creature attacks, star is equal to the number of snow-covered lands defending player controls. At other times, star... What the hell does this... I don't even know what this says. Okay, I need an oracle text. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets -X/-Y if that creature is attacking. X is the number of snow-covered lands defending player controls. All right, so if you have a lot of snow lands, then you shrink your creature to death. Otherwise, X is the number of snow lands its controller controls. Y is equal to X or to enchanted creature's toughness -1, whichever is smaller. It's like a removal that doesn't actually remove anything, basically. It's a very poor removal. Surefire Self says, snow-covered forest walk sounds like a line you'd find on the old fogey. It's possible. Stormy Cat blocks Goblin Lackey. I don't know, was Goblin Lackey around back then? Did they have Goblin Lackey? I can't remember what set that came out. Steve Cooper with Faceless Haven was used in some standard combo, I think. Yes. In fact, it got a card banned. So Faceless Haven actually is probably one of the few good cards, sort of. You know what? You know what the deal is? It was a bad combo. Wasn't it banned? I think it was banned, or some card was banned. I don't know if Faceless Haven itself was banned. Some card was banned only in, I think, best of one, because there's like no way to interact with the stupid combo. It was a snow land, tap for a colorless, or pay triple snow, and it becomes a 4/3 creature with vigilance and all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. No, it's probably a little smidge too good for this show. I think it saw a good chunk of standard play as well. And it says, does it have to have the snow super type, or can just do something with other snow things? If it's got snow in the mana cost, snow in the activation cost, it mentions snow cards in the text box, or if it's a snow card, it all qualifies. Go wild, Anna. Go wild. The Ghost of Thomas Jenks. It's like, I hated reading Snowblind. Yeah, I certainly didn't enjoy reading it right now. This is also during that, that era of Magic where, you sort of fill in the gaps about what something does. You don't know exactly how the card works, so you and your opponent just sort of come to an agreement about what it actually does. It's on the reserve list. It's a $1 reserve list card. Super cheap. Because it will never see play, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Lacking with Urza Saga? Sorry about that, Rhyme Dryad. You would have to wait years. You'd have to wait like another 4 or 5 years for that card to come out. Voltland, Wall of Shards. I didn't know this was snow. 2 mana, 1/8. Oh, it is a snow creature. Flying, defender flying, cumulative upkeep, and opponent gains 1 life. You be careful. You can turn that life gain into damage. It's possible. It's not crazy. Oh my god, it was called the Facebook combo. Oh, with that land. Yeah, it was like the Book of Deeds or something, and that Faceless Haven. That's Such a good name. The Facebook combo. I love it. Okay, Matt, we have a Darkar. I think we did that one. A Darkar win form. Yeah, we did this one, Matt. Sorry about that. Little Deadfly says the best thing I can say for most of these is that the art is at least nice. It's refreshing because they all have to be taken place in, like, you know, Santa's workshop in the North Pole. Very cold. Very, 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 very cold. We got Zell with Rhyme Feather Owl. I think we did that one as well. Why are they all rhyming up there? Oh, we did not do this one. Okay. Got a Snowy Owl at 7 mana. Star Snowbird. Flying. When Rhyme Feather Owl's power and toughness are each equal to the number of snow permanents in play, including itself. So it's going to be at least a 1/1. For 2 mana, put an ice counter on target permanent. Permanents with ice counters on them are snow. There you go. If it's not snow, it can become snow. It can become bigger. That's all it is. It's just a giant flying creature that can somehow make itself bigger by turning its environment into winter. Yeah, we have a lot of suggestions now. Nightingale with Gangrenous Deed. Or sorry, Dead. Gangrenous. What am I spelling wrong here? How about gangrenous? Gangrenous. Dead. It does not exist. Sorry, but I have no idea which. Neither of these cards are snow, and these are the only 2 gangrenous cards in existence. Sorry about that. I'll get back to you if you can figure out the right card you're looking for. We did Carpleasant Giant, Michelon. Anna with the Kildoran Guard. This is apparently a lot of Kildoran Guards. So for 2 mana, we're summoning a 1/1 human soldier. Tap, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Now, if that creature leaves play this turn, very Kildoran Guard uses ability only when attack or defense is announced, and only if defending player controls no snow-covered lands. Ha! We're gonna punish people for not controlling snow-covered lands. Imagine playing this and, like, I don't know, suiting it up with a billion equipment and auras. Serves you right for not having snow-covered lands in your deck, you fool. Everyone knows they should have at least 1 snow-covered land in their deck to protect themselves from the Kildoran Guard. Don't make it a forest, though. Then you get screwed over by that other card. Oh, they meant the Gangrenous Zombies? Okay, let's take a look. Gangrenous Zombies. Yeah, it's from Ice Age. So we have 3 mana for a 2/2 zombie. Tap, sacrifice our Gangrenous Zombies. Gangrenous Zombies deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. If you control a snow swamp, Gangrenous Zombies deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. How many times does this card want to say its own name? Gangrenous Zombies. Sack Gangrenous Zombies. Gangrenous Zombies deals 1 damage. If you control Snow Swamp, Gangrenous Zombies. It's all over the damn place. It's becoming a tongue twister. Next up. Actually, I didn't even interpret the card. We have to sack this creature. Why? I mean, I guess it's like a pyroclasm. So if we have a snow swamp, we basically pyroclasm the board. Basically. Next, what do we have in Exonort, Drift of the Dead? Drift of the Dead is a 4 mana star wall with Defender. Now, Drift of the Dead's power and toughness are each equal to the number of snow lands you control. If it's still just a wall. Okay, so if unlike most walls are like they have no power or they have very little power. I guess this is one wall that actually can like outsize most creatures. It can be big. It can be very big. Could be like a 5/5 creature on defender. Be careful. Snow is cold. It's ice cold. Okay, we got Matt McCloskey with Ice Hide Golem. This is a newish card. This is a Snow 2/2. That's it! It's strictly better Savannah Lions. This actually might be the best card that we've seen today. It's just a 1 mana 2/2. It's a golem. It's an artifact too. It like nails like a bunch of it nails snow. It's an artifact. For the artifact decks, maybe you can put in affinity or something. All of the zombies and skeletons in Ice Age were part of Lim Duel's army. Fascinating. You know what? I would think, honestly, I would think that zombies and skeletons are worthless in the Ice Age. They're just frozen over. They have no heat. There's no heat to those things. The only reason everything else can like move about is because they got some blood running through their veins. Will there be a show tomorrow, Nikachu? Absolutely. It's New Year's Eve. That's meaningless to me. I don't know if everyone else is going to be here, but I hope you all do. Okay, we got next. Did we do this one? Ice Hide Golem. Oh, this is Ice Hide Golem. Okay, Jeff with Jorn, God of Winter. God, that is not indestructible. 3 mana, 3/3. Oh, this card has got to be good, doesn't it? Whenever Jorn attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. Yeah, but there's got to be snow. There's not a lot of good snow cards out there. The other side, though, is the Kaldring, the Rhyme Staff, a 3 mana legendary snow artifact. You may play a target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, and there's the battlefield tap. Well, I'll tell you what. One day, when snow cards are actually good, this card's going to go up in value. It's not really... the cost is pretty good, I think. Like, it's a 3 mana 3/3 that lets you untap your stuff when it attacks. It's not that bad. You can use Jorn to untap all your lands. All your lands? You only play with snow-covered lands? That means all your lands sort of suck. Problem is it doesn't untap your utility lands. Oh, but there's that snowbird that can turn into a snow land. The deck builds itself. Frosty's like, I've used Jordan and Fanghorn on MTG Arena. In standard or draft? That's the difference here. Dave Sampson says, different fantasy, but the whites and white walkers in game, but in this case, the whites, the zombies, of Game of Thrones are zombies of sub-zero cold. I don't think heat is considered in necromancy. For me, it would. I would if I were to hide from the zombie apocalypse, I might want to hide on Antarctica. I don't think they're gonna get me there. Too cold, just like the Thing from the Thing. Felicia with whiteout. Very familiar for Winnipeg Jets fans. Not familiar to me because I've never seen a Winnipeg Jets fan game in person. We have a 2 mana instant. All creatures lose flying until end of turn. Oh well. Sacrifice a snowland. Return whiteout from your graveyard to your hand. This is not even worth playing in the first place. Why would I want to bring it back? They lose flying until end of turn. Oh, at least it's a surprise for the most part. Steve Cooper says biological zombies, maybe, but these are magic ones. You know what? At the end of the day, everything still needs to obey the laws of physics and the laws of the elements. You know, you could say like, oh, why didn't the ice cube die to the fireball? It's magic. No, the fireball melts. Some flavor, you know, fire beats plant. Plant beats water, and water beats fire. It was etched into the stone of Pokemon. We all have to obey the laws of physics there. Green hates flying, apparently. Green, you know, you would think nature has a lot of flying stuff. Birds, I mean, maybe that's it. Birds, insects, they all fly. But apparently, no, that's not green at all. Bugs, mosquitoes, plants beat plants beat zombies? Can't zombies also beat plants? Next up, it says snow permanent, not lands. Lands are permanents. Especially snow-covered lands. Michelin says, I guess Sunstone is done too. Nope. No, we have not done Sunstone. This, ooh. I can't tell. Is this like a jewel in a cave or something? Sunstone for 3 mana, an artifact. Pay 2. Sacrifice a snow-covered land to have all creatures deal no combat damage in combat this turn. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I think if you have a lot of snow-covered lands in play, you don't even need to activate this. You just threaten to activate this. Have all creatures, so prevent all combat damage that be dealt this turn. You can even prevent all the damage dealt to somebody else. This is not bad. I think this is, yeah, Rixie Zoo says Sunstone is an annoying card. I agree. I think this is worth, I don't know if it's worth having in your deck, but I think it's more powerful than it looks. I think its presence is more powerful than its activation. People will think twice, thrice about attacking you, or even attacking other players, and leaving themselves open. Frosty's like, plants, they beat zombies. Next up, let's get Anna's Winter's Night, which is every night for me here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Winter's Night is a 3-mana world enchantment. Whenever a player taps a snow land for mana, that player adds 1 mana to their mana pool of any type that land produced. That land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So we get to double our lands, or get to double our mana, but then it gotta take a break. It basically exerts the land. All lands have tap, add double mana, and it's exerted. Dubbed the Nika sleeper of snow stuff. I was born in a snow-covered waste. Look, snow-covered wastes. When I look, this is my home. This is my home city in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It's the Forks. For anyone that knows what the Forks is. I swear, it's this. If I look outside, I see this damn thing. Looking out right now. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. There's no difference between that and my home city. Especially when you look outside the city. This is literally where I live. Minus the ruins. Well, there's a lot of stuff outside. The thing is, there's a lot of stuff outside that looks like ruins, you know? If it's half covered with snow, everything looks basically in dire straits for the most part. Next up, let's take a look at Raznab's Jokal Mortar. You know, you probably could have just said almost any snow-covered card, and it's probably a bad card. 7 mana for a 12/12 Leviathan Trample. Jokal Mortar comes into play tapped, and it's a joke. When Jokal Mortar comes into play, sacrifice unless you sacrifice 5 lands. It doesn't untap during your untap step, and whenever you play an island, you may untap your Jokal Mortar. Oh, disqualified. This card does not mention snow, does not have snow in its mana cost, and is not a snow permanent. It is disqualified. Raznab says it's the cathedral ruins at St. Boniface. Oh, do we have another Winnipegger in chat? Oh, sheesh. I thought it was snow. You're not the first person to make that mistake. Don't worry about it. Anna with Storm Elemental. This is a snow card? Oh, I just didn't even know what this card is. 6 mana for a 3/4 with flying. Pay a blue. Remove the top card of your library from the game. Tap target creature with flying. Pay a blue. Remove the top card of your library from the game. If the removed card is a snow land, Storm Elemental gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That is just weird. So we're like rolling dice to see if I'm gonna buff up my creature. And the other one was remove the top card of your library from the game, tap target creature with flying. That first ability is not terrible. It's just really narrow. Outrageously narrow. Honestly, the snow-covered waste looks warmer than where Nikachu lives. Where's the Christopher B card? Christopher B not here today? Very unusual for Christopher B. Okay, what else? Who's on no 2 cards, no 3 cards yet? We gotta fill that show. We gotta fill the show, chat. We gotta fill the show. And I have nothing else to say, nothing else left to say about Storm Elemental here. You have no card yet, Leslie? Blood on the Snow. I thought this was like a pretty good card. Okay, maybe only because I remember it as like a sweeper. 6 mana for choose a snow sorcery. Choose one. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all planeswalkers. Then return a creature or planeswalker card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast the spell. This is probably a. I don't know who plays this card. I mean, it's probably underrated for just a random jank card, but still does not quite make the cut for an actual sweeper. This is pretty nice. You destroy all the creatures, and in its place, you bring some nasty card back from your graveyard. Raznab gonna try take a second shot. Glacial Crevices. Three mana enchantment, sack a Snow Mountain. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. This card's even better than that last one. The artifact. Except this one is okay. It is in red, and you don't have to pay any mana to activate it. So you can actually tap out, and you're always threatening to prevent all combat damage. This is in red. Why do we have fog in red? It's just literally red fog. Infinite red fog. Well, as infinite as you have lands, I suppose. Crucible Worlds plus Glacial Crevices. That's a combo. It's a very silly combo. It's a combo nonetheless. Next, we got David Sampson. Withering Wisps. Did you all do the wonky pestilence yet? Nope. I guess Christopher B is preparing for New Year's. I guess it is New Year's Eve for everyone in Europe right now. Well, maybe not everyone, depending on time zone. Withering Wisps is a 3-mana enchantment at end of turn. If no creatures are in play, sacrifice your Withering Wisps. Now, for a black, Withering Wisps deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. Play this ability no more times each turn than the number of snow swamps you control. Well, that's not going to be a problem, because I'm only going to be paying this with my snow swamps. I guess this is to prevent people from cheating with like Cabal Coffers or something. Something like that. Next, let's take a look at... Frosty says, I always shake my head when people didn't run Snowlands on MTG Arena. Well, you know what? Snowlands are largely ugly. I shouldn't say they're ugly, but they may not be like your favorite land art. So it just hurts so much to play it just for the sake of like playing around really niche cards, or to disguise your deck as like partially a snow deck. It really sucks when there's actually a good snow deck in the metagame and you're sort of forced to play with Snowlands. Because there's just not that much variety in arts. Steve Cooper says Glacial Crevices was a variation of Sunstone. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it was a super variation. And it says, at this pace, the second half of the show is mostly my suggestions. That's right. It's your time to shine, Anna. Rhyme-Win Task Mage. You can be the Christopher B of today. 2 mana for a 1/2 human wizard. Pay 1, tap, or untap target permanent. Play this ability only if you control 4 or more snow permanents. Oh, okay. I thought this was going to be pretty good. Tapping an tap or untapping permanents is like really powerful. But you need 4 snow permanents in play. And this doesn't even count as one. If only this counted as at least a snow permanent. You can start untapping your mana rocks. You know, things like Mana Vault and Grim Monolith and so on. Benjamin Burke with Oran Yeti. 4 mana, 3/3, and for 3 mana, target snow creature gains first strike until end of turn. And it's a snow creature. I'm gonna give my Oran Yeti. What it's called? Oran Yeti is gonna get first strike. We got. Is this foxes? I think Arctic foxes from Michelin. Don't think there's any Arctic foxes. Oh, it's cute! If I remember, this card's terrible. 2 mana, 1/1. If defending player controls any snow-covered lands, no creature with power greater than 1 may be assigned to block Arctic foxes. Creature can't be blocked by creatures power 2 or greater as long as defending player controls a snow land. Oh, I see. So if you have a snow land, you gotta chump. Do a chump block Reno. You have no other choice. Mapius with Ronum Hulk. Yeah, we did Snowfall already. It's not Random Hulk, it's a Random Hulk. 5 mana, 5/6 beasts. Protection from snow and cumulative upkeep of 1 generic. You've protection from the worst card types on the face of the earth, but I guess you can attack throw an Ice Fang Quaddle. That's about it. It's the best you can do. Winter Fox made it to the stream. Where's Winter Fox? Winter Fox! Show yourself. Oh, you mean this Winter Fox, the Arctic foxes. Yeah, Winter Fox in spirits. Here in spirits. Not a snow card, but Winter Orb as an honorable mention. Keeping things chilly on the board. Who do we got? We did Random Hulk. The big squig, Wendigo? I don't know what this is. And neither does Scryfall. For all I know, you weren't even asking for a card. Steve Cooper, the Mouth of Ronum. Mouth of Ronum is hungry. Snowland, tap, add 1 mana to your mana pool, and for 5 mana, tap, sacrifice Mouth of Ronum. Mouth of Ronum deals 4 damage to target creature. I unironically like this card. I like the idea of removal on my lands. So it's like a land drop, and one day, do you know what? I can kill some creature randomly. Just like a quicksand or something. Jeff with Cold Steel Heart. ETB tap for a mana rock is just sad. So for 2 mana, we have a snow artifact. Cold Steel Heart enters the battlefield tapped, and as Cold Steel Heart enters the battlefield, choose a color. Tap, add 1 mana of the chosen color. So enter the battlefield tapped. Oh, it's a mana rock. This is probably one of the best cards today. It's like a crappy mana rock, but a crappy mana rock is better than no mana rock. He arrives! Christopher B. Where have you been? Chill to the bone. You're lucky the show is still going on. You're lucky the show is still going on. And also, you randomly were able to name a card that we haven't done. Oh my god! How do you close your mouth? Chill to the bone. The saber-tooth tiger. I don't see how their mouth closes. 4 mana, instant. Destroy target non-snow creature. So not only is it a really clunky 4 mana removal, it can't even destroy every creature in the game. It's just biased to the non-snow creatures. Snow creatures are actually good. Ice Fang Quaddle is insanely strong. It's actually one of the very few snow cards that see a lot of play. Still sees play in Legacy. And I think that's gonna be it. Okay, let's look at we did Snowfall. Let's take a look at one more card. Let's take a look at What did Anna have? Anna says there's a 3 cards rhyme win cycle of blue creatures that care about having 4 snow permanents in play. Now we looked at, I think we looked at quite a few rhyme cards. I don't know if we looked at this one. The Rhyme Wind Cryomancer, crying all the way to the bank. 4 mana for a 2/3 human wizard and pay 1 tap. Counter target activated ability. Play this ability only if you control 4 or more snow permanents. What beautiful. So many terrible cards. Oh, the big squig has a card for us. Wii to go. It's a Nintendo card. The Nintendo Wii to go. 6 mana for a 0/0 Yeti. It comes into play with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on your Wii to go. Now, if it has blocked or been blocked since your last upkeep, so you put a counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on Wii to go if it has blocked or become blocked since your last upkeep. That's hard to keep track of. Otherwise, remove a +1/+1 counter on it. Disqualified. Not a snow card. Does not mention any snow amp. Not snow. And if it's not snow, it's not part of the car. It's not part of the show. Okay, well, we gotta replace that with something. Can't end the show like that. Hollowed Ground from Michelin. Oops, hallowed, like Halo Fountain. Is this holy? It's a holy ground. It is. Look, it's got a church. It's got the cross on it. Is Christianity a thing in the multiverse? I didn't know. It's a 2 mana enchantment. We have snow. Return target non-snow land you control to its owner's hand. Return target non-snow. But I control. Why am I tempoing myself out here? Return target non-snow land I control back. I guess it protects me from strip mine or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for being here today. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much for showing up, even during the holidays. Because you better believe if you're here for me, I'm going to be here for you. And thanks so much for all your suggestions. People like Lil Deadfly, Steve Cooper, Benjamin Berkey, Raznab, Mappius, Rick Sizu, Michelin, Mercenary, Anna, we got Jeff, Christopher B, Palrog, Adaptus, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.